Let's start with our top story, and that's no end to farmers' centre deadlock. This is over the legal guarantee for the MSP on crops. So now, after that proposal by the government, which was rejected by the farmers, they have now decided that they will resume their march to Delhi from today. Barricades have started coming up at the Punjab-Haryana border once again, and it is the Minister of State Agriculture that's gone on to say that he hopes that the talks would continue, and like last time, the farmers' protest does not turn violent. The Ministry of Home Affairs has also written a letter to the Punjab Chief Secretary to ensure law and order is maintained. So the kind of measures that they put in place includes, of course, large containers have been brought to the borders. They also have concrete barriers that have been put into place, barbed wires, along with nail strips that have also been used now in order to make sure that the movement of the farmers is stopped. But let's just listen into what Arjun Munda had to say.
और सभी खुशहाली के लिए ये सुनिश्चित करना चाहते हैं कि हम सब मिलकर के समाधान ढूंढे और ऐसे विषयों पर हम गंभीरता से विचार करें। उस प्रस्ताव से वो सहमत नहीं है, पर ये बातचीत, ये वार्ता, ये संवाद हमारा जारी रहना चाहिए और शांतिपूर्ण ढंग से हमें इसका समाधान ढूंढना चाहिए।
तो कहते हैं सरकार से, अगर हमें मार कर कुछ मिलना तो हमें मार लीजिए, लेकिन हमारे किसान और मजदूर के ऊपर जुल्म मत कीजिए। हम आज भी आग्रह करेंगे प्रधानमंत्री महोदय से, आगे आइए और इस मोर्चे का शांतिपूर्ण जो हल है वो करने के लिए आप एमएसपी गारंटी का कानून बनाने की अनाउंसमेंट कीजिए। देखिए, बस हम तो जनता के बीच रहेंगे, सभी को शांतिपूर्ण से आगे बढ़ेंगे और पीसफुली रहेंगे भी। हमारी ओर से कुछ ऐसा ना हो जिससे नुकसान हो, लेकिन हमें मालूम है कि सरकार हमारे ऊपर प्रहार करेगी और हमें कुछ दुखद सीन देखने को मिलेंगे। इससे हम आज भी चाहेंगे कि अभी भी समय है, सरकार इसके बारे में सोच ले।
हम तो अभी भी बोल रहे हैं कि हम आराम से आगे जाएंगे, लाठी मारेंगे तो हम लाठी खा लेंगे। मैं तो उस दिन गोलियां भी चलाई, वो जो तो रबड़ की जो बुलेट्स होती हैं वो भी चलाई और जो तो पैलेट भी चलाए इन्होंने। तो हमने तो कुछ नहीं किया, हम तो आगे जाने की कोशिश करेंगे। बस हम कायर नहीं जी, कि औरतों को आगे करें, आगे मर्द ही जाएंगे और जो है गोली भी मर्द ही खाएंगे। कोई औरत बच्चा कोई नहीं होगा। ये तो मेरे को तो समझ नहीं आती बात क्या करते हैं ये। कोई औरत बच्चा नहीं है जी आगे।
Right, we also have my colleagues Ghazali and Aishwarya joining us. Ghazali from the Shambu border and Aishwarya from the Singhu border. Ghazali, over to you first. Take us through the kind of arrangements that are in place in order to make sure that security cover cannot be breached as far as the borders of connecting and making their way as far as the farmers are concerned. They are adamant that they will make their way towards Delhi.
See, as far as the security arrangements are concerned, on the Haryana side, there is heavy deployment of police and they are all sort of manning the interstate borders at 3 locations. But the 2 locations where farmers have gathered is the Khanori border between Patiala and Jeend and Shambu border, from where I am reporting on Punjab's Patiala side. On my back is the Ambala of Haryana, of Ambala district of Haryana. So it's the Shambu border. Heavy police deployment is there, RAF is there, and we had seen in the last 8 days that how tear gas shells were lobbed on the protesters to ensure that they don't cross over to Haryana. Now cemented structures, barricades, and they have also constructed trenches. Right beneath the flyover I am standing on is the Gaggar river. Now that river has also been dug up to ensure that farmers don't take their tractor through that riverbed to move into Haryana. But what is the preparation from the farmers' side is that there are many JCB, earth movers, excavators which has been brought in here. You can't see right now here in the visual or in the frame because they are parked at different locations. And now what is the plan of the farmers? How will they start their march? And we spoke to one of the union leaders earlier this morning. He said that first we will try to march, go near the barricade, the cemented barricades, and we'll try to cross it over. And once the police uses the force, then perhaps we'll bring our earth mover or something to drag those cemented structures or break those structures so that we can make our way into Haryana. There is still people are waking up. the head count as per the farm union leader says that around 19,000 protesters have been protesting at this location from day one, and many more are expected today. People from across the state are coming via their tractors towards this particular location at Shambhu border, and as many heads or legs are moving towards the Khanori border. So, and right now, one of the farm union leader is also briefing the media about how they will approach towards the border. Health and medical teams are also on standby here. They have been treating those who are injured or those who have not been feeling well due to the use of tear gas shells. But tense situation because we all know that how Haryana government appears to be very determined to not allow farmers into their state or into their land right now. And that is why once the time passes by, at around 10:30 or 11, when these farm union leaders give a call that we have to start the march, then we will probably see that how Haryana government and the police reacts near the Shambhu border.
Well, let's just, keep a track of the situation on the ground. And we also have farmer leader Sarwan Singh Pandar, who is, addressing the media. Let's just listen in.
बनता है, हमने भी प्रधानमंत्री बनाने के लिए वोट डाली होगी, दी होगी। ये देश सभी का है, प्रधानमंत्री सभी के हैं। उनको आगे आके परिस्थितियों को संभालना चाहिए और हमारी मांगे मान लेनी चाहिए। 1.5-2 लाख करोड़ रुपया ज्यादा बड़ी रकम नहीं है। इसके ऊपर 60% किसान निर्भर कर रहे हैं। खेत मजदूर जोड़ लें तो देश की 80% आबादी बनती है। तो हमारी पूरा प्रयास है कि पीसफुली रहेंगे, अथवा अगर केंद्र को ऐसा लगता है अभी मांग मानने में कोई उसे दुचित्ती आ रही है, तो हम कहते हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी, संविधान की रक्षा करना आपका दायित्व है। आप संविधान की रक्षा कीजिए। हमें पीसफुली प्रोटेस्ट करने के लिए ये नाका खोल के दिल्ली जाने का इजाजत दे दीजिए। ये संविधान है क्या देश के किसान मजदूर का? इससे गतिरोध खत्म हो जाएगा। और आगे भी हमारे जवान हैं, इधर किसान है, वो भी हमारे परिवारों से है, हम भी अपने हैं। इसलिए हम नहीं चाहेंगे कि हम ऐसा कुछ हो जो देश को आज दुख तस्वीरें देखने में सामने आए। और हम अपनी ओर से कोई प्रहार नहीं करेंगे, पीसफुली रहेंगे। अब केंद्र के पाले में कि वो आने वाले समय में क्या फैसला करते हैं।
देखिए, जैसे मेयर साहब ने बताया कि हमारी मंशा किसी तरह का भी अशांति पैदा करना हमारा निशाना नहीं है, ना कोई हमारी इसके ऊपर कोई प्रेस्टीज इशू है कि हम तो ऐसा किए बगैर रह नहीं सकते। लेकिन बात ये है कि हमने दिल्ली जाने का प्रोग्राम बनाया। ये आज से नहीं बना, ये 7 नवंबर की हमने कॉल दे रखी है। 7 नवंबर से लेकर अगर आज सरकार ये कहे कि समय कम है हमारे पास, तो मुझे लग रहा है सरकार की ये टाल मटोल की नीति है। सरकार को ऐसा ना करते हुए देश के किसान मजदूर के पक्ष में फैसला लेना चाहिए। किसान देश का किसान है, देश के किसान ने देश को सेल्फ डिपेंड किया है, दिन रात मेहनतें की हैं। 7 लाख के करीब आज तक किसान सुसाइड कर चुका है। लेकिन ऐसे हालात में भी अगर सरकार किसान से बात करने की बजाय ऐसा प्रबंध करे कि किसानों को रोकने के लिए इतने बड़े बैरिकेड्स लगाएं, तो ये उचित बात नहीं होती। हमारा निवेदन है कि हम शांतिपूर्वक ढंग से दिल्ली जाना चाह रहे हैं। सरकार कृपया हमें खुद ब खुद अपने वो बैरिकेड्स हटाते हुए दिल्ली जाने की अनुमति दे, वहाँ दिल्ली बैठने की व्यवस्था बना दे। हमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। लेकिन अगर फिर भी नहीं ये सरकार करना चाह रही, तो फिर हमारी मांगे हैं वो मान ले। हमारे देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी हैं, हमारी सरकार जो वहाँ दिल्ली में बैठकर बड़े बड़े फैसले लेती है हमारे आम देश, पूरे देश के लोगों के लिए, वो आज अपने किसानों के लिए एक बयान नहीं दे सकते कि भाई किसानों का हम ये मामला उनके फसलों की खरीदी का गारंटी का कानून बनाने के लिए तैयार हैं, बनाते हैं, तो किसान भी शांत रहें। हम शांत हैं, किसानों को शांत कहने की किसी की ज़रूरत नहीं है। किसान पहले से ही पूरी तरह शांत हैं। सिर्फ उनकी एक हाथ आगे बढ़ेगा तो किसान अपने आप 2 हाथ आगे बढ़ाता है। सो इसलिए मैं किसानों और नौजवानों को भी ये अपील करूंगा कि देखिए आज जिस तरह का माहौल है, सरकार जिस तरीके से अपनी जिद पे अड़ी हुई है, ऐसे हालात को बड़े दिमाग से, बड़ी समझदारी से हमें हैंडल करना होगा। कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि हम आपा खो बैठें। यहाँ बहुत सारे तत्व सरकार जैसे पहले देखा गया है पिछली बार, वहाँ खनौरी बॉर्डर के ऊपर पुलिस के अधिकारी आए और हमारे नौजवानों को, हमारे किसान
Right, so farmer leaders there, we just heard Sarwan Singh Pandar as well as Jagjit Singh Dalewal talking about how they intend to have a very peaceful protest. They're asking the authorities to, remove that barricading across various borders so that the farmers can make their way to Delhi. They're saying that the protest will be very peaceful. They're saying even give us an area in which we can go and camp. So, those are the demands that are being made by the farmers who are very adamant, and they're saying that they will make their way to Delhi. But for now, they're asking the authorities that please do, give us that green signal to make our way through, peacefully through those borders where a huge amount of barricading has been put in place. Let me go across to Ghazali to, ask him, Ghazali, these comments that are being made by the farmers, they're of course appealing to the authorities, asking them, if they themselves could remove the barricading so that the farmers can go ahead.
Yeah, they are still trying to say that we are peaceful and we are not going to breach the barricades until the police uses the force. So it's a last-ditch appeal to the union government, to the Haryana government, to the forces which are deployed there to not use force with the farmers, but remove those barricades so that they can peacefully march towards the national capital. Now, how effective this appeal would be, because he's not just appealing to the government, but he's also appealing to the protesters here that is stay peaceful, you don't need to resort to violence, don't get aggressive, and this is exactly what they have been trying for the last 7 to 8, 9 days since they have been sitting here at Shambhu border. Now it is up to the government that whether they are still ready for any sort of talks, any negotiation with the farm union leaders or not, because yesterday we heard the agriculture minister, Mr. Arjun Munda, is still saying that despite all these march going on, the space for talks, the ways for negotiation should remain open. But what we can report from here right now, that the preparations are in full swing from both sides, not just from the farmers. They have got the excavators and earth movers and heavy machines to cross over, to breach the barricades, or even to sort of create a way through those riverbed. But the security forces are also there near the Kanori border, which he mentioned in the press briefing, that how the police is moving around near those borders. The Haryana police, particularly in specific areas in villages, are also rounding up protesters or those who are likely to join these farmers once they cross over into Haryana. So heavy security deployment is not just near the border, but also in the rural areas of Haryana to stop those farmers who had participated back in 2020-21 protest, as well as who are likely to join these farmers once, and if possible, they manage to get over into Haryana.
Right, let's just get in Aishwarya as well. Aishwarya, take us through the situation on the ground at the Singhu border. Of course, the farmer leaders there saying, earlier we heard them say that whatever happens now is going to be the responsibility of the centre. But at the moment, they are asking the centre to remove the barricading and saying just, help us peacefully take our march forward to Delhi.
Well, certainly that's the last possible appeal of the farmer unions to the government, as they did a press conference and clearly had asked government to put aside those barricades which had been placed right at Jammu border and to give them way to move forward to the national capital. The farmer unions leaders clearly had been saying that that's their constitutional right, that they can protest, and that's the way that they wanted to move forward. But if the police and the forces doesn't allow them, then they had to use the earth movers and the equipment that they're brought to clear the barricades. And there we can see a situation of scuffle as well. But on the other side, in Delhi, what we are hearing from the sources in the Delhi police, the senior police officials very closely monitoring the situation, what is happening at Jammu border, over here in Delhi as well, and the Delhi-Haryana border at Singhu, where from this very border, the farmers would enter Delhi as the plan of farmers clearly suggests. But as far as the government is concerned, we have seen that already there had been 4 rounds of talks that has taken place, but ultimately that failed, and later the farmer unions and the farmers had decided to go on with their march of Delhi Chalo, which will begin sharp at around 11 a.m. And of course, here at Singhu border, let me quickly show you these visuals. As far as the border area is concerned, the RAF forces, the Delhi police personnels are also deployed in heavy number. More than 2,000 of them had been deployed. There you can see the shipping containers with the cemented barricades, and the wired fencing has also been done. So entire Singhu border has also been completely blocked, and the police, senior police officials are also here present at the ground to look at the situation, what's happening there, and if the farmers come from the close areas of Singhu, then they could be stopped here as well. So certainly all sort of preparations had been made to stop them before reaching to the national capital, and what will happen next is something that will depend on how the action unfolds at around 11 a.m. at Jammu border.
Right. Thank you so much, Ghazali and Aishwarya, for joining us with all those details. So all eyes at the borders, with the farmers there trying to make their way towards Delhi. They will be resuming that march today. Moving on to